Hey y'all, today we're going to be making the most delicious cabbage steaks ever. So what you're going to need is a whole head of cabbage, an onion, and then you're going to need some seasonings that I have back there. You're going to need salt, pepper, garlic powder, onion powder, and paprika, and some olive oil. And that's all you're going to need for this recipe. So to begin, what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and take the larger leaves off of your cabbage. So if you have some larger green leaves, go ahead and take them off. This one doesn't have too much, so actually I could probably just chop into it. But as you can see, sometimes the bigger cabbages have like the bigger, thicker green leaves. If you have those, take those off, but you don't necessarily have to get rid of them. They're still really good to cook up and eat separately. But for the steaks, we're just gonna use the actual kind of lighter green leaves on there. Okay, so you're gonna need a very sharp knife so that you can cut through and get your steaks. You're going to do your steaks about a 3/4 of an inch or an inch if you'd like, whatever you prefer as your thickness. So go ahead and just slice right into it and get yourself a steak. So I have my cookie sheet already here to the side. That's just the end of it. Now we can get into this, and we're going to probably get 3 or 4 steaks out of this one. So chop right into it, and it might be kind of hard to do to cut it, so just go around your cabbage if that's easier for you. So let me show you what it looks like. That's what it looks like. If you have some of these scraggly leaves, you can take them off, and again, you can cook those up separately. You want to have your steak kind of compact like that. So add that to your cookie sheet, and then do the next one. I'm doing about an inch thickness, so they're pretty thick. And what I'm doing is going around. So that's helping me to cut it. And so there's just 3 of us in our family, so I think I might just do the 3. We'll see what we get out of it. But here's another one. And I'm gonna take some of those leaves off of it. All right, got a little bit more here. And so I'm gonna do another one. Go around. And so here is my 3rd one, and I'm going to take some of those leaves off the side. So that's what it looks like. That's about the thickness. It's pretty thick. And let me take a look at this last piece. We may be able to still get another steak out of this, so let me go ahead and cut it right here. And so you really just want to take the core off. Everything else you can use for this, other than those big green leaves and then the little stragglers if you don't want to have them on there. So here's another one. So I got 4 steaks out of my cabbage, and they're right there. So what I'm going to do next is cut up my onion. So your onion, you're going to cut it up in kind of like circular pieces. So I'm going to cut the ends off of this. I feel like this knife wasn't as sharp as I thought it would be. Either that, it's okay. Seemed like I had a little bit of trouble cutting that cabbage, and it's having a little bit of trouble cutting through my onion. All right, so make sure you got all of the skin off of it, and then you're going to cut into circle pieces, so like so. Okay, and because you're going to kind of spread them apart, and so just cut through your onion, do your whole onion. You're doing about this thickness, 1/2 inch or so, or you can even go a little thinner if you'd like. These are going to go on top of the cabbage, and this is going to give it some more flavor. And so I've got all of my onions here. Now I'm going to turn my camera around, and I'm going to show you how I season them, because you got to season them first, and then you can put your onions on top, and then you can bake them. So I'm going to actually make mine a little bit later on today, but if you are ready to cook them or bake them, you're going to want to preheat your oven to 400 degrees. Okay, they're going to be in there for 400 degrees at 25 minutes. So let me turn my camera around and show you how I season them. Okay, so here I am ready to season them. What you're going to do first is you're going to get your olive oil, and you're going to pour just a little bit in the center, and you're going to kind of smear it around, but I'll show you how I do that. So put some in the middle, put some in the middle, middle, and middle. And what you're going to do is just with your hand, you're going to just spread. So spread that olive oil all over your top of your cabbage. Just like so. Go all the way around. Have fun with it. Feels kind of interesting. Massaging the cabbage. So go all the way around. I'm not sure what that is. I'm gonna take that off. Okay. Now what you're going to do next is you're going to do your salt. So you're going to just sprinkle generously on each steak some salt. All right, now we're going to do some pepper. So you're going to sprinkle to your taste how much pepper you want. Here's a little tip: if you do like a little spice, you can add red pepper flakes to this and it tastes really, really good. I don't know if there's a whole lot of pepper in this shaker. I'm actually out of pepper, so I may have to run to the store and get some, but it'll be okay. All right, so the next thing we're gonna do is our onion powder. And just sprinkle some generously on there, on each steak. And then this is garlic powder. You can also add in a minced garlic if you like. And then this is paprika. This is going to give it some color. And it'll also give it a bit of a smoky flavor as well. So sprinkle some on there. And then we're going to use our hands once again to kind of spread everything together and mix it up all over your cabbage. Have y'all ever made this before? Comment down below. Do you have any tips? Do you make it different than I do? I've seen different variations and people use different things. I saw one where they made it with soy sauce and I'm really curious about that. Anybody made that? Comment down below. So what I'm making with this tonight is I'm making some baked chicken and some mashed potatoes. Okay. All right, so that's what it looks like. I've got to wash my hands and then I'm going to go ahead and go get the onions and put those on top. Okay, so I've got my onions here. What you're going to do is you're just going to put some on top. Just kind of layer them in there on your cabbage. And you may have some onions left over, so you can just, you know, store those in your fridge for, you know, burgers or any other recipes that you use. Sounds like my dryer's ready. I don't know if y'all hear that. So go ahead and just put your onions in there. I still have like maybe two little pieces, you know, a few little pieces left there. So I'll go ahead and save those for another time. But that's it. That's all you're gonna do. And your cabbage can be touching each other, but it doesn't necessarily have to be. You're gonna set your oven to 400 degrees and you're gonna bake it for 25 minutes. So that's what I'm gonna do next, and I'll show you how it turns out. Okay, here's everything on the plate. I got my chicken, mashed potatoes, and there's our cabbage steak. Look at that. Doesn't that look good? That's what's for dinner. Thank y'all for watching. Catch you on the next video.